to third. Brannigan goes to second for one. Miller to first, and Notre Dame with the upset of the year in college baseball. The Fighting Irish are returning to Omaha.
This was a heartbreaking way for Tennessee's year to end, as they had been the most dominant team throughout the majority of the 2022 season. With one of the best offenses and the #1 pitching staff, they were expected to at least make the College World Series, so getting knocked out in the Super Regionals was definitely a disappointment. Luckily for them, it was not all bad news, since the three-headed monster of starting pitchers were all returning for the next year. They had the lowest overall ERA in the nation as a team, and Chase Dollander, Chase Burns, and Drew Beam all had ERAs under 3. So they were primed to be the ones to lead this team to success, especially with the revamped offense after many of the team leaders left through the draft. And even though they lost a lot of pieces, they were still in good shape offensively as they brought in the #2 ranked transfer class going into the 2023 season, with AAC Player of the Year Griffin Merritt and Big 12 first-teamer Maui Ahuna as the headliners coming to the team. With all this being said, the team was ranked top 2 in most preseason polls, so the consensus was that Tennessee should be competing for a national championship again. But games aren't won on paper, and Tennessee struggled right out of the gates, especially on the road. The offense started out slow, and the pitching was not as dominant as before to negate this problem. While the team was pretty consistent at home, with the only series loss being to Florida, the struggles on the road continued through SEC play. The team that was seen as the bad boys of college baseball in 2022 had seemingly lost their identity. As the villains, everybody loved to hate them because of their swagger and antics, but with the likes of Drew Gilbert and Jordan Beck leaving, who were the catalysts for that mentality, the culture of the team shifted and they could not reach the same amount of success. Midway through the year, the team was on the fringe of being ranked, and after their first series loss at home, it was time for a change. Head coach Tony Vitello reshuffled the pitching staff so that Chase Burns was no longer starting. While this did not seem to have an immediate impact on the results, Burns looked more comfortable coming out of the bullpen and started putting in better performances. This also gave room for transfer Andrew Lindsey to start, since he was doing well out of the bullpen and remained the most consistent pitcher once he began starting. With this change, things seemed like they were going in the right direction. And everything came together for the last series of the regular season, when Tennessee traveled to South Carolina and took their first road series of the year. The team has started playing well at the right time, and like seen previously, a battle-tested SEC team that gets hot at the end of the year can make waves in the postseason, especially a team that is set up like Tennessee. Even though the pitching staff has underachieved so far, there is no question that they have top-end talent. And year after year, we see pitching wins championships because a few great pitchers bring more consistency than even the best offenses. While they have gone through their struggles, they still have the opportunity to at least host a regional, if not more. And given that Tennessee has played very well at home, they are in a great position to make a deep run in the postseason. What do you think? Has Tennessee put it all together at the right time, or will they collapse down the stretch again? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe.